Hey everybody, you're watching Colourized Hunter, and we got our hands on another box of Canadian $1 Loonie coins we're going to look through. Hey everybody, it's James and you're watching my channel Colourized Hunter. We just hunted our first box of Canadian Loonies not all that long ago. I got my hands on another 40 rolls, another full box, $1,000. We're going to look through, so we've got 1,000 coins to see what we can find. Particularly, we want to find some really nice mint state examples of some of the Loonies. So if we find any that people just had and threw back into circulation for whatever reason, that would be great. Any upgrades to my collection. Maybe we'll find some foreigns like that $1 American we got the last time. We're looking for any kind of errors or varieties, anything that might be low mint, particularly some of those newer low mintage commemoratives, including some colorized Loonies. So let's dig in and see what we can get. I'm in roll number 3. I've got a 2011. It's definitely circulated, but it's still got some of its original color and mint luster. Because I didn't collect Loonies for the longest time, I don't have any really great examples of some years. So if I find any that are even in this condition, I'm definitely going to pull them aside and compare against my own collection just to see if it might upgrade what I have in there. If not, no problem. I can throw it back and buy another box if I am so inclined. But I'll take a look and see if this might give me a little bit of an upgrade. Of course, if I can find one that's in even nicer condition, that would be great. And we've got a full box to do so, so hopefully I'll get some good upgrades. Still in the same roll, we got our first lower mintage commemorative. This is the 2019. It's still got lots of luster. This one, Equality, is minted at just $3 million. Roll number 5, we're going to have a commemorative from the 90s. You can see the 1995 date at the base of the obverse. We flip it over, and it is the Peacekeeping commemorative. Same roll, we got a 2012 Lucky Loonie. Roll 6, and we found a 1987 first year that looks pretty nice on the obverse, but when I flip it over, unfortunately, I don't know, it's got paint or gunk or something. That's too bad because that coin is in pretty nice condition otherwise. Roll 7, we found a 2010, so we can throw that under the scope, and we want to look and see if it's the small bead or large bead. The A is pointing between two small beads here. This is the small bead. If it was the large bead, the A would be pointing directly to a large bead right here. So we want to be on the lookout for both of those varieties. Roll number 8, we've got a 1992 commemorative. It's got the Parliament buildings and some people holding a Canadian flag. This is for the 125th anniversary of Canada. And there is also a variety with the loon on the front, or I should say on the reverse, with the double date. 1867 to 1992, and that one's much lower mint and harder to come by, so we'll see if we find that one as well. Same roll, we're going to have a newer commemorative. We can see that it's got a little bit of a different obverse where it says dollar on the bottom, so we want to see what this is. Is it possible that we've got color? And it is. That is awesome. This is the first color Klondike that I've gotten, a 2021. This is minted at just $2 million. That's a great find. Color in the box, awesome. Roll 10, we're going to have another 90s commemorative. This one from 94, and it's going to feature the War Memorial in Ottawa. Same roll, there's a 2004 Olympic commemorative. This one is minted just over $6 million. Roll 11, there's another Lucky Loonie. We've got to flip it over to see what year it is because there are several with the same design. And this is another one from 2012. So that's our second 2012. Second last coin of roll 11. We've got another commemorative. We can see that, and I'll flip it over. And this is a 2020 UN Charter. That's awesome. I don't have one of these yet, so we've done really well so far. This is minted at just $1 million. There's also a color version of this. We're hoping we can find that in this box. Crossing our fingers. Roll number 12, there's another good one. There's that 2017 Toronto Maple Leafs. It's in pretty good condition. This might upgrade mine. Roll number 13, I think we're going to have a nice one here. This one has the double date, 1867-1992, with the Parliament buildings. This one has lots of luster, still a lot of original color. That is a great find. Roll 15, we're going to have another good one. Here's one in nice condition. That's another 2010, but this is the Vancouver 2010 commemorative. That's a cool one for sure, in nice condition. Same roll, and there's the 2006 Olympic commemorative, the Loon Settling. Roll 16, we got another 1987. This one isn't covered in green gunk, and it's in actually pretty nice condition. We'll see if we can find a better one. I think I have an uncirculated one in my collection because in 87 I was actively collecting. So I might not need this, but this might be a good starter coin for someone else. I might hold on to it. We'll see. Same roll, another nicer one. It's still got some circulation wear, but this is a 1989, one we don't often find in nicer condition. Here's a 2003. Now, this was a transition year, remember. A lot of Canadian coins have both the newer and older effigy for this year. If we flip this one over, it is the newer effigy of the Queen with her older features. And the combined mintage between the 2003 new and old is only 5,101,000. And so we don't really know exactly how many of this were made versus the other, but what it means is that either of the 2003 are fairly low mintage coins. Roll 17, there is a 2017. This is commemorating the 150th birthday of Canada. And you can see it features all sorts of landmarks. In my last video, I accidentally said this was a tribute to the city of Toronto. You can see the CN Tower pretty prominently displayed there, but there are all sorts of Canadian landmarks on here from across the country. So my bad, but this is for Canada's 150th anniversary. Same roll, and here's another nice looking commemorative. This one's 2005. This is that Terry Fox in really, really nice condition. We'll just throw this under the scope and see if we've got a full grass or one of the deteriorated or polished dies with less grass. Okay, here it is. And I would say this is probably full grass. If it's an over-polished die, what's going to happen, of course, is that definition or that detail is going to slowly be reduced over time or as it's been polished. And so if this isn't full detail, the area that we're looking at particularly is here, where we in the later stages see that detail is gone. It's mostly there here. So this, if anything, might be the earliest stage, but I think this would qualify as full grass. And this coin is in gorgeous condition. If I just look at that nearly mirror finish there. So that is just really nice. And I've just kept it up here on screen because I'm marveling at the detail in this coin. You can actually read Terry Fox's t-shirt saying Marathon of Hope. That's the fundraising run that he was attempting to make from coast to coast. And so just the detail right on that coin is incredible. Same roll, we're going to find another nice one. We're finding all sorts of great condition coins. Here's that commemorative from 95 with the peacekeeping mission with still lots of its original bright luster and lots of detail. Really, really great. Roll 18, we've got a 2008 Loon Dance. This one has got a pretty dark patina on it. That's pretty characteristic of these coins. As the environment gets to them, they can become quite a bit darker, but that's still a lovely coin. Roll 19, here's another good one. There is another 2021 Klondike, and it looks great. It is the non-color. This is the low mint. This is the 1 million minted of this variety. Roll 21, we're just getting into the back half of that box, and I got a 2008 here. Might be hard to pick up with the lighting here, but it's got a really dark toning to it. So again, this is not unusual that the different environmental conditions that these coins might be subjected to will affect their patina or the way they get toned. This one is in really nice condition, lots of luster, but it's become darker, more sort of orangey over time. And here's a 2009 I'd pulled out earlier. I didn't show you at the time, but same sort of effect. It's just got a darker sort of patina to it, but again, a pretty nice looking coin otherwise. You can see it's been circulated. It's got some scratches on there, but it's in much better condition than we would usually see them in. It's the interesting fact about these bronze and brass coated coins is that they're subject to a change in tone, not unlike the penny. So it's harder to find them still bright and shiny 10, 15 years later. Same roll, and here's one I haven't found before. This is actually the 100th anniversary of the Grey Cup. The Grey Cup, of course, being the championship trophy awarded to the Canadian Football League champion every year. So this is the oldest trophy that is being competed for in North American sports. This was donated by Lord Earl Grey in 1909. So this is dated 2012, and this is a great one. It would be awesome if we could find one in even nicer condition, of course. Roll 22, I've got a pretty circulated 1995 here. I just thought I'd point out that we're going to find fewer Loonies from the late 90s and early 2000s because it wasn't produced for circulation from 1997 to 2001. So 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, the Loonie didn't circulate. So it was produced. You can find it in uncirculated and special mid sets, but not in circulation. So if you find a Loonie from any of those years in your hunts, it's because somebody has dropped it out of into circulation from a set, and it'll probably be in really nice condition, so definitely one to hold on to. Roll number 28, we're going to have another nicer early one, and this one is an 87. It's got something on it and maybe a bit of a scratch. Otherwise, it was looking pretty nice. Roll 29, pretty circulated, but we got that double date 1992. That was the Canada 125 celebration. This one is just lower mintage compared to the other varieties. And so if you can find one in good shape, definitely a keeper. Roll 32, there's a 2010 commemorative 100 years of the Canadian Navy. And it's got a little bit of a spot on there. Otherwise, it's got lots of luster. I'll set it aside for now. I'm not sure if it's going to upgrade in my collection, but we'll see. Roll 35, we've got the 2002 Queen Elizabeth II Golden Jubilee coin with the double date on the obverse. This one's pretty circulated, but it's also pretty low mint. It's minted at just 2.3 million. So again, if you find this in really nice condition, that's a good one. I just laid out roll number 36, and we have a nice one here. This is the 2016 Women's Right to Vote. It's in nice condition. It's got some dark toning, very interesting, but that is another good one. Roll 37, we're going to have a really nice looking 1988 here. Much better. And unfortunately, it's got some bad scratches on the obverse. Too bad, because otherwise that was a really nice version of the 88. Well, here's a consolation prize a little bit later back in that roll. A beautiful 2020 UN Charter non-color version. Roll 38, another 2017 Toronto Maple Leafs. I actually found 3 of these now, so I'm going to have an opportunity to pick the best one to see if it'll upgrade my collection. Roll 40, last box of the hunt, and here is another 2008 Loon Dance, maybe a little nicer than the other one we found. So that's it for that box, $1,000 hunted, but check out the toning on this 2016 that was in that box. Really crazy. So we've completed that hunt, and I've got a lot of things I pulled aside here to check against my collection to see if I find any upgrades. Definitely, I think the finds of the hunt were that color Klondike and a couple really nice low mintage 2020 United Nations Charter. But I think probably the nicest surprise was this Terry Fox in just lovely condition. But there are a bunch of others here. There's another low mintage non-color Klondike and some other commemoratives that I'm going to go through. I'll have fun doing that. I hope you had fun in the video. It was a really nice hunt. We found all sorts of really cool stuff. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, Cadroll Hunter, please do that so you can see when I've got more videos coming out. I have videos coming out all the time. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next time.